It must be the holiday season, getting back-to-back weeks of One Piece greatness with Zoro vs. King and Sanji vs. Queen. Although we do have a break next week, I can't wait to see which fight we return to, and how all this gets me even more hyped for the final showdown between Luffy and Kaido. Chapter 1034 of One Piece opens with a look from the geishas, in particular Osome, the geisha who we believe to have been injured by our very own Sanji, who seem to all be doing their best to avoid the conflict with Sanji and Queen, except for Osome herself, who's still searching for her pet Chuji. We pan over to see an inner monologuing Momonosuke still doing his best to prevent the island from destroying the flower capital, while grabbing at Kaido's flame clouds, desperately trying to control them for himself. Before we can see any further developments with Momonosuke, we're suddenly right back to Sanji vs. Queen. Queen is then quick to fire up a laser out of his eyes, that instantly reminds Sanji of his brothers with the same power. Before Sanji can fully dodge the laser, he's met with an extended lightning attack, similar to Yonji's attacks. Finally, he gets caught up with an attack similar to Niji's. That's when Queen finally decides to let Sanji know that he has not one, but all of Germa 66 specialties. All of their techniques, as the culmination of Judge's scientific work, are being used by Queen against Sanji. After a couple more mimicked abilities, Sanji has had enough and goes on the offensive himself, knocking Queen back and letting him know that they're both getting fatigued from the drug-out fight. Just then, Queen decides to let Sanji see one more ability of his, Stealth Black. But just as Queen disappears, Sanji immediately responds with a vanishing trick of his own, but not with science, with speed. What we are left with here is two similar yet strikingly different abilities, one of science and one appearing to be of Sanji's willpower. Just then, we finally see who Osome has been chasing around the Skull Dome this entire time, and Chuji turns out to be her pet mouse. She calls him over quickly as to not get caught up in the battle, but it's too late, as an invisible Queen is just before her and spots her instantly, and then he reflects on all the times that she's rejected his advances, Osome being his favorite geisha since the tragic passing of Komurasaki. After finding out Osome has been lying about her migraines, Queen decides he'll give her one himself as he prepares to attack. Just then, Sanji puts the pieces together, that it was Queen who left her motionless on the floor a couple chapters ago, not himself. We then see Sanji embrace his newfound abilities, in his even sturdier exoskeleton paired with his enhanced super strength and super speed. He decides that if he pairs his armament haki with his now more durable exoskeleton, that he can burn his Diable Jambe fire much hotter, stronger, and faster than before, appearing to even be white flames, the hottest flame of all. Thanks to Queen not being exactly the lightest on his feet, causing the floorboards to creak, Sanji can pinpoint exactly where he is, and stops Queen with a powerful new kick before he can reach Osome. Sanji gives Queen exactly no time to react, attacking him with a flurry of named attacks all over his body, ending with his final new kick, powered by Ifrit, sending Queen flying even farther than before, with Sanji's kick giving off white lightning, as well as his usual fire. And that's seemingly where our action-packed chapter for the week ends. It's sad to say that yes, we do have a break next week, but I can't remember the last time I've been so excited to come back to One Piece. This was indeed an action-packed chapter, but it didn't fail to bring up a plethora of questions about both Germa science and its effects on Sanji. As many of you can agree, I doubt this is the end of Queen and that he still has a trump card up his sleeve. Queen himself seems to specialize in diseases and poison, so it kinda makes sense why he didn't take Reiju's poison ability, as I'm sure his poison that he has is more than sufficient. I also get the feeling that the Germa powers aren't the only scientific upgrades that Queen has, and that he's keeping some of his better or his best scientific weapons as a trump card. The developments in the Straw Hat crew have been pretty amazing this arc, with Enma being a big power-up for Zoro and these newfound Germa abilities awakening in Sanji. It's pretty safe to say that our Wings of the Pirate King have never looked nor felt more like Yonko commanders than they do right now. Let me know what you all thought of the chapter. I leave you with a couple of questions. Do you think the lightning on Sanji's kicks has anything to do with Conqueror's haki? Also, do you think Queen is down for the count? If not, what do you think his trump card is? What does he have left for Sanji? Leave me a comment down below, and let's get the conversation going. I've been Abel. Until next time, thanks guys.